obsession we switch to. Joyce's J, Zelda's Auntie, the true queen of Hyrule. Paul Gale kicks stats, switch sales is jam, and 60s or Josh Burns contracts back. My body is ready for Switch 2. I'm excited for the podcast. What about you? Sit back, relax, grab a stack. It's here. 9 Topics Podcast. Come around with cheer.
Welcome to the Ning Topic Podcast. Welcome, guys. It is Friday, and it's time.
Wait, that's not the button I'm supposed to press. I just turned into a robot now. Hold up. 1, 2, testing. Am I still a robot? What's happening? 1, 2, 3. Where's everything coming from? Hello? Am I still a robot?
Hello? Okay, there we go. This is the song that I was talking about. Anyway, that was all planned, guys. That was part of the intro. You know, we try to have fun. Not really. Welcome everyone to the Ning Topic Podcast. It is Friday. What day is it? I forgot the date. It's September 19th. What the heck? September 19th already. Feels like we just started September, and now we're about to end September in just 2 weeks, heading into October. What the heck is going on, Paul and Josh? Who's in charge of this calendar and just kind of pushing it forward so fast? Crazy, right?
It's wild.
It is. I mean,
I think we're under 100 days till Christmas.
I'm telling you, is it? Wait, we're ready already? I have to start my 100-day stream for Christmas because we're doing. Are we doing 100 day? Did I miss that?
I didn't count it. I didn't check it, but that's what I saw.
I'll ask Meta later. Anyway, guys, we have a great show for you guys today. Joyce CJ, the queen, as you can see, her absence is really well evident because she's part of this family. She'll be in a little bit. She'll be in a little bit. She got out of work late, but she'll be here, guys. Don't worry. Don't fret. You see, like people are just going nuts because Joyce is not here. That's how much she's loved. And so, hey, don't hurry. Calm down. She'll be here in just a couple of minutes. She'll just pop up at any point. So, but today we have a great podcast for you today. We'll be talking about, yes, video game prices, video console prices. Today we had another increase happening in the gaming atmosphere. We'll go over that. We'll go over Nintendo pricing. Did Nintendo cause this? Right? we don't know, right? I mean, Nintendo have been pioneers of a lot of things in the past. Pricing could be one of those. So we'll talk about that. It's a good way of discussion. And we will also talk about I think I've never been happier and more hyped for one topic. And it's because I grew up in the 80s, my friends, and 90s. And Sega has come back to us in the way of what they were back in the day. Sega versus Nintendo. The hype is there. Sonic World versus Super Mario World. Who will win the fight? Sega just threw down the gauntlet. They threw the first slap, and let's see what happens after. But before, we got to introduce the all-star cast here today or tonight. It's nighttime. Tonight. Well, it's actually kind of more. It's like evening over where Paul is. Afternoon. What do we call it?
5:40. Not too bad.
Is it still? Is it the beginning of the evening, right? Beginning of the evening.
The sky's still blue.
The sky's the sky's still blue.
Yeah.
And let's go over to Paul the Chuck Norris, Historian Guide Network.
It's getting there. Yeah, it's been a good week. We got some rain. I like the rain.
especially in the summer. It kind of
Yeah.
comes out of nowhere once in a while. It's been pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple of fun shorts this week. The most fun being my Grand Theft Auto 5 history short, probably.
Yeah.
For September 17th. But
Mhm.
also September 17th, we celebrated a good friend Charles Martinet's 70th birthday, the voice
Yeah.
actor of Mario for 32 years.
Man,
Plenty of other characters.
so sad, right? Our favorite people, people keep aging and getting older and older. He still has all the life in him, because I've seen it the other day. He's making shorts and making videos just like he already was in his 40s. So
He's out there living his best life.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, all good.
Oh, good, awesome. Let's go to the downstairs. Let's keep it downstairs for the queen. The queen herself. She just popped up, guys, and you guys noticed because the chat went nuts when she popped up. Joycey J is in the house. How you doing, Auntie?
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing good.
So good.
Yay. I'm so glad it's Friday.
It is right.
Yay.
It's Friday.
Yes.
She's our what? Our what does that mean? I don't know. I don't read French. Zelda Beauty.
I think
she's
she meant bougie Zelda Beauty. I think that's what she meant.
It looks French. Boomini. I read in Boomini because she's an honorary podcast co-host. So you know anything Boomini says, we hear.
Bourgeoisie.
But I'm not French. I don't know.
No, but that's okay. She meant
too
bougie.
fancy. Too fancy.
And I am a little bougie about certain things.
What is bougie? What's the
Bougie?
definition?
Like you're a little too diva for certain things. Okay, like when I went camping a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
My buddy, my little buddy, who is way more active and loves to be outside than me, and she was like, "This is glamping," and I'm like, "This is not glamping." I'm like, "Where's the hotel? Where's the valet service? This is not glamping." It's like, Joyce, we're in a tent. It's like, Joycey, we're in a tent. That's what makes it glamping. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. A retreat. There's a retreat in Austin that you can sleep under stars, but you're in a huge luxury pod with your own sauna, your own whirlpool, and you know, huge king size bed.
What kind of camper is it?
And then the top of the ceiling, that's kind of like those hard kind of curtain like material, pulls back, and you can see the stars. That's glam, and you have indoor plumbing, so that's glamping. So see, I'm a little bougie, so that's my version of camping.
Okay.
Roughing it is in a tent in 100-degree weather, and you know.
Yeah. I mean, I learned something today. I was today years old when I found out what that means. All right, thank you, Jersey. And also, we're going up to the racer himself, the man who won't stop for a second, 100 miles an hour, and 64. Josh, what's up, Josh?
That's me. So glad to be here. Another week in the books. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. Mario Kart's got a little
competition, right?
Little rivalry going on, little competition.
Exciting.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And you guys know me. I'm just this random dude, random guy, just sitting in his nerdy room here.
Oh my gosh, Mike.
With my little friend, Kirby taking all the attention, and Planty's a good friend. Planty doesn't say much, but super supportive. Planty's just there for more support, you know. And we have a great podcast for you guys today. We're talking about Nintendo Switch pricing, but before we go over the pricing, we have to talk about another thing this past week, which came up, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. I mean, I went over it a little bit during our live stream yesterday, I think it was. I don't remember. It was yesterday. Sorry guys, I couldn't live stream today because I was in the doctor today, There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and they took about 12 pints of blood, and I was like, I couldn't breathe. I mean, I couldn't see. I was dizzy because of all that blood, and then I misread the paper, and I fasted. So they took out 12 pints of blood while I was fasting, and don't do that. Don't ever do that. It's not great to do. But
You want to hear
let's
something
go-
funny?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick.
Uh-huh.
When your blood cells are turning over too fast,
Mhm.
they like to give you a phlebotomy, which is where they take the blood away. And so when you are overproducing, if you don't eat and get all that blood drawn, absolutely nothing happens. Ask me how I know.
How you know?
It's still eat before you go. I'm just saying these are things I can get away with. Don't do
Okay.
that.
Well, I'm a guy. I'm a baby. Men are babies,
Oh,
and
ay Dios
and-
mío.
and-
So
and so when
I got you right.
yeah, when I saw the lady, she was very nice, by the way. I didn't even feel a thing with that little needle thing. Crazy. I didn't feel a thing. So, when you don't feel a thing is when you know the person is really good at it. But when I saw her taking tubes out. I'm like, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, what the heck am I? Are we having a blood transfusion somewhere? What am I? 12,
Donating?
12 pints. I'm like, that's not. I don't have unlimited. This kept coming, and I was like, man, it's just crazy. It was just.
Hey,
just
real
so
quick, at my oncologist office, they know me so well now that they know I try to run. So everyone in there knows, okay, just talk to her about Zelda. You guys, this is a true story. Just talk to her about Zelda and she'll at least be still.
That's
Okay.
hilarious. I need to see that.
It's like, hi, they call me by my full name and I'm
Yeah.
like, hi guys. And they're like, so is there a new Zelda coming out? And they're trying to wrap me down and everything. And I'm have my arm out and I'm just like, oh yeah, Zelda. Yeah, there's a Hyrule
minute.
Warriors. Poke!
I was like, Zelda, like, wait a minute. What do you guys? All right, let's get over. Let's go over the rapid fire quick here. I just wanted to point this out because I think this is really cool information that came over the weekend. It's in Paul's atmosphere here. We're going to talk about some numbers real quickly here. I'm very proud of these numbers here, and so we got the sales. This is only in Japan, by the way. Japan. I looked for the numbers for the United States, but I couldn't find any or anywhere else. But I'm sure they'll pop up somewhere, Famitsu or whatever. But at least for Japan, these numbers look very, very good. This week, Mario Kart World was number 1 with 38,000 copies, adding to the 1,007,100 copies they already sold, 700,000. Borderlands 4 just came out this week, right? And already sold 13,000 copies in Japan, which is crazy. DK Bonanza sold 10,577 copies, adding to the 300,000 in Japan. Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar also sold well this week with 8,500 copies. Story of Seasons is an indie game, right? This is an indie game we're talking about here. Story of Seasons.
I think
Am I
so.
right?
Story of Seasons is not an indie. It
No?
is
Who makes it?
the guy that originally created. I'll double check myself, but I believe it's the guy that originally created Harvest Moon.
Okay, so is he an indie developer or is he part of a big company like a publisher?
I think it's published, but let me double check.
Okay. So yeah, Story Seasons did pretty well today. This week, 68,000 copies total in Japan, and they sold 8,500 this week. So sales are still strong for that game. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. I've just butchered that. We got 7,000 added to the 116,000. Everybody Golfs. I want to play that game. I didn't know it was out. Everybody Golfs sold 5,900 added to the 41,000. Minecraft. I don't know why Minecraft is there. That's not fair. 5,500 still selling strong for a week, adding to the 4 million in Japan. Metal Gear Solid Delta also selling 4,000, added to the 78,000. Mario Kart Deluxe is still selling. Come on, who can give it? Who can give him Mario Kart Deluxe? Not leaving a top 10 list. Well into the
Anytime
Nintendo
soon.
Switch. That game is like, if it's not in the top 10 list, wait a minute, is this list correct? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe still selling here at 4,000 copies, adding to the 6,400,000 in Japan. And then we got number 10, Super Robot Wars Y from Bandai Namco, 3,900, adding to the 74,600,000. So did you get that? Did you see the developer?
Yeah, it's the publisher. The developer is Marvelous. The publisher is Xseed Games.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and then just one more I'm gonna share here very quickly. Image, and this is the same list, but we're talking about consoles this time. Look who's number one in Japan. Nintendo Switch, 44,000 units, 278.
Shocker.
Crazy, number one, man. 2 million units in Japan alone. That's just bonkers. Look at his numbers. Look at his number two. Look who's number two. Nintendo Switch OLED still going with 10,000 copies. Units. Added to the 9,100,000 there. PS5 added 10 million to the 5 million they had sold before. PS5 Digital added 9,000 units to the 1 million. Switch Lite, number 5, still selling strong too with the 5,000 units, adding to the 6,600,000. Nintendo Switch, look at that. Out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, top 6, Nintendo has 1, 2, 3, 4 slots. So the top 6, Nintendo has 4 slots out of the top 6. Then we got PlayStation 5 Pro, 1,900, added to the 224,000. And oh my God, I'm so sorry, Xbox. Xbox at this point is non-existent in Japan. Selling 51 units, adding to the 321,000 lifetime units for Japan. The digital
about
edition,
to go down.
Yeah, the digital edition, which is the Xbox X, the same tower. I think it's white, right? That's the white one. That's digital.
The Series S.
Yeah, right. The Series X. Yeah, the X one.
Oh, X is the more expensive, the bigger one.
Yeah, they created a more expensive one, but digital. So we have now 2 towers. The first one with the disc, and then we have the other one that's completely digital. And so that one sold 47 units, adding to the 21,000 full. And then the Xbox Series S, which is the small one, the entry model, 27 units sold, adding to the 300,000. And PS4 is still selling strong. Oh, well, not strong, but still selling at number 11 in Japan with 13 units, adding to the 7,921,000. So those are the top 11. I mean, I say top 10. Why add those 13 units at the end? But Switch 2 is already number 1. And then in the top 6, Switch takes 4 of those spots, including Switch OLED, Switch Lite, all the Switches, right? Take the top 6 spots in this list for Japan. So I'm very, very interested in knowing what the sales are in the rest of the country. I'm probably bring it back on the next podcast. But yeah, those are the numbers this week, which is good for Nintendo Switch. We have units. I know in my area there were systems available. I went to Target, Walmart, they all had systems available. So I think it's a good time. So if you have not gotten your Nintendo Switch 2, now I think it's a good time to go to your area and pick one up, right? And again, if you can afford your Nintendo Switch 2, but you can't afford to pay it at once, I have on the channel methods you can use to pay in 4 payments without interest. They even give you a card where you can use it at any retail store, and you only pay like a quarter of it. 2 weeks later, pay a quarter of it. So like every check, they'll take a quarter of it out, and that makes it easier to get your Nintendo Switch 2 as well. All right. So what do you think, Paul? Victory for Nintendo?
It definitely is, and between June 5th and September 14th, which is how long this data is, which is 3 months and 1 week, Nintendo Switch is at 2,024,000 units in Japan.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch for this year hit 1,092,000.
That's insane, man.
That's how it does it. When it sells only 20,000 a week, that's like 80,000 a month. That's
Only?
like 960,000 a year. And here you have it already topped 1 million in a year before holidays. So you're going to look at close to 2 million is what this year will end, maybe like 1.6. And when you sell tens of thousands a week, that's hundreds of thousands per quarter, and that's per country. It ends up being just a couple million a year. So does it get to 160? Yes. It only does it if Nintendo stops making them. But yeah, Nintendo is dominating in Japan, and we'll get the Circana report
I like the pun.
soon from Matt Patella, and then we'll see. Yep, Nintendo also won August in North America. Like it will happen. I'd be shocked if somehow it didn't. I mean, look at what happened last month. By the end of July 31st, Nintendo Switch 2 was the #1 best-selling system for the entire 2025 in North America. All it took was 7 weeks.
Yeah. Since June 5th till now, crazy. Another thing that we can point to is that Japan systems are cheaper. The systems are cheaper in Japan. They have
not exactly.
The system is cheaper in Japan. The Switch 2 is
for
cheaper
us.
in Japan.
It's cheaper for
not for us, for people in Japan living in Japan. Their systems are.
But you have to think about it like this. What we make is our dollar is basically a little bit more well valued than the yen. So it's so for them, to us it looks cheaper, but for them it's the same jump in price. Like, oh my gosh, I can't afford that right now. I'm
talking about
like somebody. It's like
about cheaper in the way that talking about cheaper in the way that they don't have to pay tariffs. So it's and it is cheaper without the tariffs, adding to the drama. So what I'm saying is that people are just traveling to Japan, buying Switches, and just bringing them back. Although you can't,
also
because
a region locked one too.
Yeah, they're region. They're not dumb. They're like, this is region locked. This is for our people only. And so, but yeah, those are the numbers, guys, and that's maybe an indication of what's happening around too. So we'll find out once those numbers are available. Speaking of numbers, we're talking about numbers. In this first topic of the podcast, we're gonna go over it. We're not going to spend too much time on this topic because it's not that pleasant, but we need to talk about it because it's out there, right? Our second topic is more fun. Nintendo, which is Sega, just duking it out like in the 80s and 90s, and it was just so much fun, and we'll get to that. But
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny. I want that T-shirt. So we have, let's go ahead. The quick recap: video game prices are climbing fast in 2025, with big titles now costing $80 or more. Why? Making games is pricier, of course. We have the $200 million budgets on games, right? It's crazy. 200 million budgets on video games, right? It's like now they cost so much to make, especially with these big budget titles for like Call of Duty. I can't even imagine how much that costs to make. Of course, inflation makes everything costlier as well, and of course the tariffs on tech parts and aren't helping. Nintendo's recent direct got fans a little upset. I defend Nintendo in this pricing, but I understand how a lot of people they don't see this pricing being good, and I'm talking about Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. For $40 each and then $70 together. So you kind of save $10 if you buy them as a pack. We got Donkey Kong Bonanza, of course, with a $20 add-on for the DLC. And Pokemon gets DLC at $45 extra without even being released yet. Without a release date yet. Xbox isn't innocent, raising console prices again. So I think the new pricing for I have it here. Let me go ahead and get that link here. The new pricing for Xbox. Again, this is a Nintendo podcast, but we're talking about Xbox prices too, because I think this is kind of goes across, all areas, and it affects everyone the same, because one thing happens and then it becomes something that the other one mimics, and it creates this little wavy thingy. So Xbox did raise their prices again today. And I want to shout out Spawnwave for sharing this little image here on X, where I got this image from. And I'm going to share it now. Sharing my screen. And here we go. And let me know if you guys can see that. Is that clear enough? Or do I need to make it closer like this? Closer?
Maybe zoom it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom. Is that good?
There you go.
More.
That's a little better.
Okay. So
I can't.
you can't see it? Yeah. How about now?
I just believe y'all.
How about now?
I just believe.
Yeah,
How
I
about
can
that?
see it a little bit better.
How about
Yeah,
now?
there we go. Now it's
Yeah.
visible.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I'm the king of blindness. I got accessibility features. What the heck is happening here? Is that my mic? Something happened to my mic. I should not.
I think you scared it. Now we can't hear you.
Testing.
You're back.
Okay. All right. So I was saying accessibility, and my mic broke at the moment. Okay. So we have new prices for Xbox. The Series S. Okay, Series S at 512 gigabytes is now $400, up from $379. Yeah, it's a $20 price increase. The Xbox 1 terabyte Series S is $449. It looks like the Switch now, right? It's like the Switch, Nintendo Switch 2. $449. Previously, it's $429. So I could tell you guys, since the Nintendo Switch is kind of almost comparably powerful to the Series S, right? Of course, with the 4K capability, ray tracing, all that stuff, AR. Then I think they wanted to match those prices, $449.99 for the Series S, making a statement that Nintendo and Nintendo and Xbox are competing in that one. Xbox Series X digital is now $600, $699 from $549. The Xbox Series X, this is what the digital, the regular one, $649, $599 from $599. And the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Special Edition is now $800, $729 previously. So the prices are going up there. They're going up there. I don't know how to, to me personally, I think it's just the way the world is going, right? Prices are increasing while wages are not. And a lot of people out there are feeling some people, I'm not gonna say everybody's feeling it, but some people are. There's actually a poll right now. So you go ahead and answer a poll. That poll's been there throughout the entire podcast. So there's a poll in the chat over on YouTube that says, let's go ahead and read it. It says, how are you feeling about the video game and system price hikes? I can afford it. I can't afford it right now. I can barely afford it. Right now it's tied 33, 33, and 33. So we'll go back to that at the end of this topic. But yeah, price increasing. The price increase is happening across the board. Video games are getting more expensive. I think it's because people are feeling because it's happening so sudden. So sudden. If it were to increment, if Nintendo were to increase the pricing over the life of the Nintendo Switch to a point where at the end of the Nintendo Switch life, they would have just bumped it up a little more. People would not feel it as much. But Nintendo, believe it or not, when they could have increased the price for Nintendo Switch, they didn't do it. They kept it at that affordable rate for fans. And so now that they're doing it on their end, Nintendo's doing it right with the Switch 2. I think this is causing some type of effect on the industry. Because I think I've read a comment of one of a developer saying, "Hey, if Mario Kart was $80, I can't begin to imagine what's this game that's coming out soon? Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Auto, which was rumored to be $100 game. I can't even imagine how much money that game is going to cost, right? And so I want to go ahead and throw it over to the numbers guy, the numbers historian gaming guy, aka Chuck Norris for his input on the gaming industry right now when it comes to gaming prices right now. How are you feeling about the price hikes? You know, how do you see the industry going with these price hikes? How do you see people reacting to these price hikes?
Not to create a sense of like fan warring, console warring, but the one positive is PlayStation 5 prices going up to $550, $500, $750. Xbox prices going up to $380, $430, $550, $600, $730 for all their SKUs.
I know where you're going.
It does good for Nintendo
because it makes it the lower one.
Because the argument was before Xbox Series S is the most attractive price entry point for a new console. It's 3 years and a half younger than a Nintendo Switch, and it costs the same price, $300. Not anymore. Now it's $380. So even though Nintendo Switch also went up to $350, it's not the cheapest offering. And you have the Nintendo Switch Lite that if you just want to get into gaming in some capacity these days, that $200 starts to look more attractive, even if it's $230. Unfortunate. But now Nintendo's back to a nice level where they have the most affordable option by a long shot, because $230 is quite a far way away from $380. And that you're looking at just a portable one. So it's kind of more fair to go with the TV one. So you got to look at Nintendo Switch's $350. $350 versus $380. But since that $380 Xbox One, well, not Xbox One, but you know what I mean, the Xbox Series entry point, since it's digital only, you really kind of got to look at the $350 Nintendo Switch that's backwards compatible, that uses cartridges, versus the $599, the $600 only physical option that Xbox has. And that $600 versus $350 is a $250 difference. That's a lot of games. So if you're looking for, don't think that digital media is taking over completely. There are still a lot of people that shop in stores, that go to malls, that are looking at the holidays, that are looking on the racks at Target or at GameStop, etc. And when you see the prices of $350 versus $600, that's going to tell you a lot. Even Nintendo Switch 2. So now Nintendo Switch 2 is at the position of you could get into a newer generation. Now you have the hot, shiny object that is 4.5 years younger than the competition, what they have out. And it's cheaper too. $450 for that Nintendo Switch 2 versus $600 for the Xbox Series X. On the PlayStation 5 side of things, $550 is their cheaper one. So I'm getting the good out of the way first. Because the good is Nintendo's back in a position of when everybody was saying, oh my gosh, Nintendo's raising prices, greedy. Economic uncertainty is making companies do more. Tariffs, etc. There's more than just, oh, we want more money. Because there also is, well, it costs more to make things because our upkeep is greater, our team sizes are greater. We have to pay our employees more because the quality of life is going up, etc., etc., etc. I'm not going to get onto all that. But it's good for Nintendo. For the industry, however, these sudden big jumps are a tough pill for a lot of folks to swallow because they're not used to it. Justified or not, I mean, we're talking about Amiibo going up the other day. $13, and now you got some that are $30, $40, and $50. You can make the argument that if you look at the Marth Amiibo from 2013 with the sword bent, with the face a basic plastic model, and you weigh in that Marth Amiibo from back then at $13, and then this one with Donkey Kong and Pauline for $30, and put them on two scales. Does this one weigh double the amount in grams? Is it double the size and volume? Does it not give you more texture, detail, articulation? Is the ground not made out of chunky concrete and stuff like that, not a flat base? If all those things are checked off, even though 30 is a little bit more than double 13, you could say it's twice as heavy, twice as much volume, has more detail. I guess it's worth 30. Is the $40 one triple the value though? Is that $50 one triple? Without increasing the functionality in the games, that's kind of up to the person to decide. I mean, we could factually figure out, is that Mario and Luma? Is that Rosalina and 2 Lumas worth 40? Because is it 3 times the weight of Mario, just base Mario from Smash Brothers 11 years ago? Then you could say, hey, it's 3 times that weight in grams. It's got 3 times the amount of textures and objects on it because it's got a chair, a Luma, another Luma, a Rosalina, a floor with a little house and stuff. Maybe you could validate that. But the jump is just what's tough. And it's not like it didn't jump a little bit along the way, but this is a significant jump. But back up the console thing, because that's the main thing. Yeah, it really is an interesting thing because Nintendo's not vulnerable to potentially raising the Nintendo Switch 2 prices. I hope they don't. But if they do, I could see like the base Nintendo Switch being $500, $520, and then a bundle model being, $550, $570 or something like that. I hope that doesn't come because I still want gaming to be experienced by as many people as possible. So I still want Nintendo to be at least one place where it's relatively affordable. But I think even if it goes up, it will still be the most affordable. So, yeah, the last thing I'll say is it's really going to be interesting once the next generation consoles come out that complete the 10th generation that Nintendo Switch 2 started, which will be like a 2.5-year gap or something. What's that PS6 going to cost? What's the next box going to cost? Are they going to be like $800 systems with a $100?
Will there be an Xbox? Is the question, because everything is an Xbox. So
Anyways,
good point. Yeah. I just wanted to add to that. At least I haven't encountered anybody complaining about amiibos, especially after I shared this image on the new amiibos, which by the way look incredible.
They are
they are double the size of the other amiibo. They're more into the statue territory, so they look better on your shelf, right? They have, like Paul said, there's more detail into every single amiibo. Look at the grass. Look at Mario flying with the star in the back. Even has that whoosh in the back from the star. A Luma there. We have Princess. Is she a princess? Is Rosalina a princess? Is she a queen? What is she?
She's my princess.
She has a crown, right? So we have Rosalina here. I think this is beautiful. She's just sitting there looking majestic with her book open, and the Luma's just kind of looking at her. She's looking to the side. It looks like she's looking at Mario. So there's just so much more into these
maybe
statues.
she's why Mario and Peach are just friends. The way that she's looking at him.
I ship it. I ship him. I'm with Joycey. I will ship Mario with anybody else with. Anyway.
I'm so mad at Peach. That's why we need another 3D Mario Nintendo so I can be unmad at Peach. Please continue.
But yeah, I just wanted to add that little. To me, I would pay $40 for an amiibo that's more like a statue like this. Even though I use it once or twice or whatever. I also want them to do the cards because Street Fighter, they have these amazing little collectible card amiibos that I think will be another an entry level for those people who want amiibos who can't afford them. For $5-6, you get 5 cards or $6. For $30, you get 20 cards, 20 amiibos. And so if you just want the amiibo, if people want the amiibo for the functionality to have that extra feature, then I think Nintendo should go into the cards also. They did it for Animal Crossing, which was great. People, those cards went, they sold very well. And so there are things Nintendo can do to appease the fans in some areas. If you can't get that statue, right, get the card version of it, and this will also break down the piracy that's going on, because there is piracy in amiibos. There's cards everywhere. It's NFC technology. You can literally copy it, right? If you take that, you scan it into your phone, which by the way, every phone, I'm not teaching you how to do it, but people make copies of this stuff. And so I think Nintendo, by making those cards, will be a lot better. Make little tokens. You guys remember the tokens that we used to get in the Dorito bags and the in chips? round tokens with stuff on it. I'm not sure if it's only in Puerto Rico that it happened, but in cereal boxes and stuff. But it was something that people look forward to, and Nintendo had the power to do it. Nintendo had the power, get it? Now we're playing with power.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Josh? Pricing, is it all going down the hill for Nintendo? Are we at the end? Is it all over? Is it what's happening? I like the shirt, by the way.
No. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this was from Nintendo Live, I believe. So
nice.
That was a really, really fun event. So I don't pricing is one of those things that's like I'm not going to tell anybody how to spend their money. You know what I mean? Like, just do like if you think something is overpriced, vote with your wallet and don't get it. Like, if you want it, then make it happen. Like, that's at the end of the day, that's just how it works. This is business. People don't like to hear that. They want to oftentimes just view it as art, and it's the the fun behind gaming and all that kind of stuff. But money is what makes it move. Without it, it doesn't exist. Like, it just doesn't. And I like, as far as like two Galaxy games, it's not the $20 Wii game that you could get on Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4K version of the game.
The remaster. It's not even an HD port. It's a remaster of both of them.
That I can play with this. I don't have to. The other thing is, to set up a Wii right now, you have to buy an HDMI adapter. You have to, or have a Wii U, have all the accessories to be like, and if you have that, you can go play it, right? Like, so, have at it, have fun. But what I keep going back to with this is, it's very, they are very dialed in with the movie and these games.
Yeah.
And there are going to be kids at Christmas that are getting Galaxy for the first time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the Wii generation, where all of those kids that grew up with Galaxy and they love it right now, they absolutely love it. If they have a Switch 2 in their household, more than likely this could be one of their first 3D Marios. Now, granted, there's more options on the Switch or whatever the case may be, but that could be under the tree. Opening that gift is going to be fun for them.
Yep.
My son, we used to fight over his Mario Galaxy Christmas ornament, right? so like, I know that younger generation loves those games. And yeah, to me, the extra, $15, because I'll get it bundled, like, per game, not like, it's just the price of gaming. Gaming is a luxury. It's not a necessity. And, and I know we talked a lot about Xbox and like my TV, not every TV has this, but there are more and more. I have an Xbox app that I signed into my Gamer Pass or my Game Pass, and literally just took my controller out to one of my controllers out there. I don't even have to have an Xbox. I can literally go through my library and play all those games via cloud for $25 a month, right? So there are some means to being able to game without even needing consoles, and so do I love it? No. Do I want to spend more money? No, of course not. I love saving money. Like, who doesn't? But at the end of the day, if this is my hobby and this is what I'm going to put my money into, it is what it is. And it's going to be that way until the market shifts and it can't sustain it anymore. But everything we hear from YouTube, everything we hear from X, that vocal minority talking, there's so much misinformation and so much just opinions that people gravitate towards and then assume are fact.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Galaxy is doing crazy numbers on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So, anybody that you're hearing say, and go back and watch some of these YouTubers that talk about, how much Nintendo sucks and how greedy they are and they're boycotting Switch 2, and then go watch the Switch 2 videos they made. Like, they don't like, it's a continual thing. So like, just do your best to enjoy it. the best you can. I understand situations are tough. Things can be frustrating. I'm empathetic. I understand, but at the same time, getting angry on the internet about it, and just vote with your wallet. Like, nobody really likes to hear that, because there's also that sense of FOMO when you say that. They're like, well, I want everybody to vote with their wallet so that they'll lower the price. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Nintendo is a premium brand. It's just like, and the better and the healthier they are, the more they can charge because of brand. And they're still the cheapest for online. You get a ton of games for free, like, with that service. Like, at the end of the day, it's still where I want to put my money. I just want them to stop Amiibo altogether, because I currently have the entire collection in box, and I'm ready to stop purchasing these things. Like,
I'm ready to start. I only got a couple.
I'm just ready to say the collection is done. But yeah. So,
but man, these Amiibos that are coming up now, that they're so gorgeous. That, like, you see the Metroid one, crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've got all the Street Fighter ones, and even Donkey Kong.
And the Kirby Air Riders ones are detachable, so they're like, it's a new type of Amiibo that could present new features. Yeah, like Skylanders, yeah. So that's pretty cool. Joycey, there you go. Where's that shade?
I hope y'all will bear with me, because I want to get the chat in on this. I'm kind of tired of this entire conversation, and it's very easy to say either buy it or don't.
Yeah.
Budget for it or don't. But I want to hear a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because the question I haven't asked is
the chat is trolling. They're trolling the poll.
But guys, no, seriously, please bear with me. Give me a few minutes, because I want chat to answer me. This is the question I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it the Switch 2 or even the games? Why not talking about Nintendo's business practices, not talking about, I hate Shigeru Miyamoto, or I love him. He's not even making games anymore. Whatever the case may be. For you as a gamer, why aren't the games worth it, and why isn't the Switch 2 worth it? Why shouldn't it be the price? Now, I don't want to say worth it. Why shouldn't it be the price that it is? And Chad, I really, really, really would like for you to drop some comments, some answers, what you feel about that. While I still kind of ramble a little bit. So when I think about, somebody mentioned the new iPhone.
Yeah.
All of us middle-aged / old heads over here, we remember when the OG iPhone came out. It was groundbreaking. We hadn't seen anything really that crazy. And then there were more innovations, and technology got better and better and better. And then what happened? Apple eventually hit a ceiling. Okay. There's plenty of people I know that do all of their business and school and all the things on their phone. And that is great for them. And I'm happy these things exist. But honestly, they keep getting more expensive. And we've kind of built a world where it's designed to revolve around your phone. And so now we're all kind of locked in to, even if you don't upgrade every single time Apple, throw something out there, eventually you're going to have to upgrade, and eventually you're going to be paying that $2,000 mark or something of that nature.
Yeah.
It's the way the whole system is designed. I low-key feel like that's a scam. Personally, that's just how I feel. I know there's business models. I have not studied Apple's business model. Mike can probably speak way more to that than I can. But as a consumer, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about greed, let's talk about insurance. And I'm an insurance agent. We passed laws. Not we, I wasn't there, but laws have been passed to force people to get insurance. Or every time you want to go to a doctor, your doctor, you got to pay a copay, and then they got to refer you to a specialist, and then the specialist want a copay, and then they want to, poke and prod at you and tell you nothing's wrong, send you home, and then your condition gets worse, and then it turns into something else entirely, and now you're at the oncologist's office every week getting half your blood pumped out of you. I'm just saying.
Like me today, like so much blood.
And that kind of feels like a scam. Insurance kind of feels like a scam as well, because then after you've been paying in for about 5, 6, 7 years with no incidents, you finally have something happen, and then what do they want to do after they pay your claim? They want to raise your rates as if to punish you. I feel a way about that. So there's a lot of discussion about greed and scams and that sort of thing. So I want people to understand Nintendo can't set up a law that says everyone must be a gamer. No, that's not how this works, because it's not a need. Nintendo can't, we really aren't yet in a world, maybe in Ready Player One, but we're not there yet where the entire world has to revolve around gaming. We're still a very, very niche part of entertainment. So I want to understand genuinely, I'm not being shady. That's why I don't have the shade fan out right now. I genuinely want to understand why these games aren't worth it. Because I know several months ago, I said, oh, there should never be $100 game ever. I'm going to retract that statement, because I can make a defense for Grand Theft Auto 6 being $100 standard. I can make a very good argument for that. And even higher for special editions and all the fun things that they're gonna do. So I really would like to know from the chat, and if you don't have an answer now, if you want to wait for our Q&A section, if you think of something better, please feel free. But I really want to understand why the games and the system aren't worth the price that they are. And I want people to understand Nintendo is not out to get you.
Yeah.
Your taxes, though. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. Certain of these other things that are, that we're bound to, you got to pay the mortgage got to be paid every single month, and whatever your APR is, your interest rate is. Yeah, if it's over 3%, it's too much. So there's all these other different things going on. So I want people to really think about that question, and please get back to me, because I really want to understand why it's okay for certain, for games on PS and Xbox to cost more, or cost $70, and it's not okay for Nintendo. We only have one $80 game so far, and that's Mario Kart World. And I truly believe they are still going to throw some massive updates. There's just too much space in that game, and Nintendo usually likes to fill up space. So I really am interested in chat's response. So far, I love what Alisala said. I know this is unorthodox. We wait for the end, but I really want to engage with you guys, because you'll be honest with me. I love what Alisala said. She said, I think the Switch 2 is reasonably priced. However, I do feel Mario Kart World shouldn't be $80 unless they add free DLC. Thank you, Alisala. But why isn't it the way it is worth $80? That's what I want to understand. And I understand that for Mario Kart, because it's a different type of game and everything. But I want you to also remember, when it comes to DLC and all these extra little things that Nintendo does that are even for, only a couple bucks sometimes, how much did all of that eventually add up to?
I have a good answer. I have a really good answer for that. On why the game, first thing, the game right now is not worth $80, and what Nintendo could do, and if Nintendo can afford to lower it, because they can. These are evergreen titles. These titles are evergreen, so Nintendo will make their profit on the game and continue to make profit. Right? Nintendo made their profit in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 20, 50, 100 times over already. And so I understand consoles, they need to recoup their profits earlier, right? So $449 for the system that they built is a good price, especially when it's a bigger console, more power. It requires more investment to make these consoles. But when it comes to software is something that Nintendo really sells a lot of. I mean, they sell over 1 billion units of software alone for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm a little more than that. I don't have the right numbers here. And it's something that they develop and eventually will make their profit on. It depends on how fast you want your profit. We have to understand that this Nintendo is no longer Iwata's vision. It is Furukawa's vision. He is a money man. And so his worry or his concern is how fast can we make profits on this title, and when, you know, and how can we price things so that Nintendo is well financially moving forward. That's why he went to theme parks. That's why he went going into movies, and this is his baby now. Nintendo Switch 2 is his like system moving forward. This is his first system. Nintendo Switch was Iwata's. This is his first system. So this is his vision for Nintendo. I do agree that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Kart World is $80 too expensive right now, especially how empty it is. When they could have just given us that game at 70, it would have been okay. And then a $20 increase for the DLC, depending on what it is. And then also add that DLC to NSO like they used to do before. You know, that DLC we got with Nintendo Switch for NSO members, but on video games, Nintendo can afford to give us a lower price.
Who says they can afford that as a business?
On certain games. I'm talking in the long run, because their goal is to make profits, right? To make a profit on a video game. So if they invest, for example, $100,000, $200,000 on Mario Kart, okay, and the game sells at $60, at $100,000, the game sells 2 million copies. Let's say 2 million copies, 5 million copies in one weekend. They already made their profit on their investment. They've already made their profit. Anything they make after that is just pure profits for stockholders. For every, you know, this is just one title that they make, one title, and they have a whole line. And they have a whole line of software that's still continuing to sell well with backwards compatibility. And so with Nintendo Switch 2 being backwards compatible and still software selling, you know, from Nintendo Switch on Switch 2, is that they're continuing to make profit on top of profit. And so they can't afford to drop the game $10 and then sell that DLC for $20 after. I expect Nintendo to, because it's a different Nintendo, to actually charge you $30 for the DLC for Mario Kart World whenever it comes around, you know. And yeah, I mean, it's just a different Nintendo. It's a different Nintendo. It's a more, I know this because I worked with corporate Apple, right? Mm-hmm. And so I saw the difference between Steve Jobs and I saw the difference between Tim Cook. Mm-hmm. Steve Jobs was a creative, a visionary, a guy that likes to be hands-on and just make everything with his hands and make everything beautiful and affordable and accessible, right? Tim Cook, he's a money man. He wants to make everything more effective, more slow, and make sure that the profits are there and just very, very safe. And that's why you see we get iPhones that look like each other year per year, instead of, if Steve Jobs were alive, like I said, if Steve Jobs were alive, our phones will look very different right now. We'll probably have just a glass like a VR, like something futuristic, like something, because the guy's a visionary, you know. And so it's just it's not on a company, because then let's not like really try to cover the sky with one finger. Nintendo can afford. They have the Nintendo Switch. You know, the Nintendo Switch is success on top of that, with all those games on top of that, 1 billion units of software continuing to sell every single day. They can afford to create a game that is at least at a good entry level. And I'm not talking about, hey, sell us a game at $10, $20, $30, even $50. I'm saying, yeah, if you're gonna create a new entry point, okay, that's $70. It's only $10 more, $70, right? Mm-hmm. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I agree, it costs $70. That game is fantastic. It costs more to make it, you know, and still they have to make their profit on that game. It just depends on how long they want to make how long they want to take to make their profit. That kind of relies upon how they price their titles, how they price. Because when you look at a regular game, and I'm talking about in a span of 5 years, the normal says this game starts at $50. They reach a certain point, and you see the game drops in price. Why does it drop in price? because they made their profits. They can afford to drop the price now. They've already got the returns.
Sort of.
You know, and and I'm talking to you because this is what developers told me. You know what I mean? Developers said, you know, the reason why we can't drop prices is because we want to make sure that our game is profitable. Once our game has been profitable, we've gotten what we want from it, then we can afford to lower the game and then continue to sell there at a lower, because everything else is just profits. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Same thing goes with Switch.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is we don't want Nintendo to make extra profit.
I mean, they're making profit. We do want them to be successful. They can be successful,
but they're making extra, because after they sell so many of a game, then they've made their money back, right? So why do they keep the price the same instead of saying, okay, we made our money? You know, what was it? Splatoon 3 sold 10 million in one weekend. It didn't move much after that, but 10 million in one weekend. They made all their money back. So to get more players into Splatoon, because again, I think Splatoon's only at like 12 million. Paul probably has the actual number. But it sold 10 million that weekend. So they probably made their money back. They could have dropped the price like that following Monday, like, hey, we made our money back. You know, we want to get more Splatoon players. We want to get to 20 million. So now that we're going to drop the price, we're going to bring more people in. But here's the thing. Nintendo doesn't believe that their games are worth less than the price that they market them at. It would have to be like a really, 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 really bad situation for them to start putting their games on discount again. So I guess what my point is that I feel a lot when I see a lot of conversation about this. Nintendo only makes AA games. None of their games should be above 60. Yes, that was a real comment I read.
Double A games?
Yeah, AA games.
Wow.
Because you can't see a freckle on the back of someone's neck. You know, they're not hyper realistic graphics and everything. Art style is art style, whether it's hyper realistic or it's cartoony or cell shaded or whatever. It's all up to, you know, the developer. So what I'm saying is I look at it like a luxury bag. I understand a game might cost, let's say, roughly $50 to make. Pay all the employees, get them the bonuses, and yes, we got to take care of the shareholders as well. And then the extra $20 is off profit. I'm just making up numbers here.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. And what I'm saying, it's not good for us, okay? But I'm saying from a business perspective, that's kind of where you want to be. And you also, and when I would bring up the luxury bag thing, bags, y'all know I have a Louis Vuitton problem. I know too. I've cut all the way back. I haven't bought a new purse in 6 months. And I'm not going to buy another one for another few years. So, but why do I buy Louis Vuitton? Sure, I can go to Walmart and get a $30 bag, $20 bag. I can use the grocery bags, you know, just to put your stuff in. But what I want is something that's quality, that's not broken, I'm not going to have to replace so easily. My luxury bags, I don't have that problem.
And because you're bougie.
And also because I'm bougie. Yes, exactly, my dear. Exactly. And also because I'm bougie. So, but also it's the quality. I'm not just out here just buying expensive stuff for the fun of it. You know, stuff is expensive. So, but you don't want things when you talk about things like that you don't need, you want quality. We don't get busted games from Nintendo where they're broken out of the gate. You know, the fact that roughly about 35 to 40 games were announced in this last direct, this ain't the Wii U, y'all. Which is great because that means that the games are coming. We're going to constantly get heaps of games. So for me, I've made an investment into my Switch 2. So all I'm saying is when we talk about price, again, Nintendo understands that we don't need them. We can make our own fun. We can go outside. We don't need them. So I believe that they are truly pricing what they can to be successful and to be profitable. It's not just about shareholders. It's not just about employees. It's not just about paying the bills and everything. It's also, hey, you know, Nintendo's never going to come out and say, we love you, you're the best fans. But the devs tell us every single time in every single game how much they love us. So
Mhm.
blood, sweat, and tear went into that art, and art does have a higher price. Doesn't mean we gotta like it though. It really doesn't. So
Yeah,
that's all I got to say about that.
yeah. I still think a Mario Kart 8 World right now is too expensive
Mhm.
for
Now, I
what
will
it offers.
I'll have a higher
Hey,
ooh,
who did that?
so sorry
That
guys.
was-
I hit the button. I'm so sorry. Mike, put it back. I don't want to touch anything else.
wait. Everybody left now. Hold up.
Oh crap. Okay. I'm
There
sorry,
you
guys.
go. No worries.
I will
You're
say
fine.
this. I do think Mario Kart World should have already had DLC drop. That should have
For
been in
real.
the Nintendo Direct. If I was a betting woman, I would have lost money on that.
Yeah.
And I do think we should get now they're probably going to give us a paid DLC. So let's just set aside about $25 for that. That's on the high side. But if it was me and I was running Nintendo, I would say drop a huge DLC that's free, and then they won't feel so bad when we charge them for the next one, because that could both be profit as well as, you know, paying for the actual DLC itself, DLCs themselves. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Let's see here.
I'm
All
not
right.
rambling, unless you want to talk about Zelda.
No, we're good. We're good. I think we've all.
You don't want to talk about Zelda?
Well, not today. Today we have today we have a short topic. This is gonna be we took a little longer on this topic, so we'll make the next one shorter. But it's still a fun topic because in a lighter note, right, from video games being too expensive, because I understand they are for others, not for us content creators, gamers who are used to video games all the time. We allocate money to, but for other people who really love games, but they have other responsibilities and other things, maybe it's getting a little bit out of their reach. Let me go ahead and get over the before we go to the next topic. We got the poll at 34 votes. I can afford video games, 35%. We have I can't afford right now, 29%, and I can barely afford it, 35%. So I can afford and barely afford it are tied at 35%, and 29% can't afford video games right now. Which I'm sorry, but that is the poll that matters the most over my own personal opinion and everything. The people speaking of how video games are, and yeah, Dream a Lil Mo just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. I need to highlight that. How can I highlight that? Let me see. Does it show up here? There you go. Thank you, JC. Dream a Little Mo gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much for your support. We have Sia has received a gifted from Dream. Julian has received a gifted from Dream. Minty has received a gifted from Dream. Hames has received the gifted from Dream, and Molliv has received the gifted from Dream. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the members. Hope you guys enjoy all the perks and what's coming. And thank you so much to Dream a Little Mo for your support. You are amazing, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Yeah, of course.
Okay, real quick. I don't want. Yes, I'm bougie, and I have my ways, but I also understand I do not have bougie girl money. I have regular people money. So I don't want anybody. Yes, I buy luxury bags and things like this. Guys, one of my tips on saving money, especially in any economy, but especially in this economy, I understand we got bills, we got health, we got insurance, we got, y'all got, a lot of y'all got kids. There's all kinds of things going on. But I will say, when you get paid, maybe sacrifice that extra latte, maybe sacrifice that little treat you like to get once a week or whatever, and just set that money aside and just watch it grow. I saved for a couple years. I saved for about, I think, since the Switch Pro rumors for my Switch 2. So then by then the money's already there, and I didn't have to really concern myself with it. And I'm doing the same thing with games. Yeah. I picked out how many games from the last Direct? So many. But what is on my radar that I know I'm going to play on the same day? Hyrule Warriors, and I'm going to play Octopath Traveler the day they come out. So those get priority. So everything else, just kind of save it and put it on the side. And I hope that helps somebody.
Right. Nice. Yeah. And of course, I'm gonna have I got some videos I'm working on how to make gaming affordable, including ways on how to pay for Nintendo Switch for those who can. And because there's always ways to get into the world of gaming, just like you save for a cruise, right? For a year, then you can also save money for a system, and then like Joshi said, put that money aside and then enjoy it later on. So, but yeah.
Okay,
All
I
right,
gotta
so
be shady. I gotta be shady real quick, Mike. Mike, let me just be shady real quick. Jay, you should not be eating McDonald's. I just want to tell him something real quick. You should not be eating McDonald's double cheeseburger every single day.
No,
Jay.
who did that? Who did
Also,
that?
I'm gonna give some hope to the people real quick. Mario Kart 8's first DLC came out 6 months after the game came out on Wii U. Its second DLC came out 8 months after that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's first DLC came out 4 years and 11 months in. So
That's crazy.
we're only
That's
3 months into Mario Kart World. We're only.
But I
Mario
think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had already a lot more.
It
than
already
Mario
had
Kart
a
World.
lot.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show they had ambition for more. So if you go back to the Wii U one, it took 6 months and then another 8. So I think if we get DLC at the 6 month to a year mark for Mario Kart World, that falls along the line of, that 6 month to 1 year, 2 month mark, which is how long it took Mario Kart 8 to have all of it. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah, makes sense.
What Paul is saying is just wait for Mario Kart World Deluxe and it'll be amazing.
Just wait. That's right.
That's really horrible.
About being
On Switch 3. Switch 3.
Switch 3.
Yeah.
All right, so really quickly here, we are now talking about Mario versus Sonic, Sega versus Nintendo. I want to shout out Sega for this commercial. It's awesome. It's retro. It's Sega of the old, back in the day when Nintendo and Sega were like at it. So far, Nintendo has not thrown any shade back, but Sega threw the first punch, and I love it. I hope Nintendo, at least, in a fun way, responds to this, although I don't think they will because, it's different. But this commercial is throwing a lot of shade at Nintendo, and it's just hilarious here. Let's go here. Recap. The kart racing scene is electric with Mario Kart World and that $80. Dunking it out against Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, which is a multi-platform at $60. Out September 25th. The demo is out now, by the way. I just downloaded it. Mario's open world tracks, voter chosen courses, and chaotic items. Aim big, but flack for dull vibes and annoying rubber band. We got Sonic's fighting back with the 24 vibrant tracks, 70 plus carts, gadgets, faster drifts, and items, and cross world twist with the cross worlds part, which is a twist because they have these rings that you can throw out, and you can change the world you're in the middle of the race with these those rings. So they're going like the what they presented first in the movies in Sonic 1. That's the first time they introduced those rings, right? The rings that you can go to different worlds in the first Sonic movie. 24 vibrant tracks, the 15 wild alternate tracks pick up the race and leader. Dodging Mario Kart's catch-up woes, Sega leaning into nostalgia hard, dropping a Sassy X post and a video. You guys saw the Sassy X post from Sega? It's hilarious. A video roasting Mario Kart as a slow RV road trip while Sega's Sonic Speedy Racer steals the show. Fans are eating it up. This is 90s style Sega Nintendo beef with X buzzing over clips of Sonic drifting past Mario. All right, so really quickly, this is a fun topic, guys. This is just a fun topic for the crew. I have what shade was spicier during was it this one with Sega saying that Mario Kart World is an RV, or do you remember anything from back in the day that Sega did against Nintendo that was bigger than this or spicier than this?
Oh,
taking
blast processing.
Taking the dead swirl and smacking it against your forehead just to make color out of the Game Boy I thought was pretty rough to show how the Game Gear had color. I was like, ooh, that's pretty bad. It's funny, but like, dang, that's messed up.
I mean, I think that there's fun into that because when companies go at it like that, it just creates another form of entertainment. And I hope these commercials come back, right? Back in the day, Apple used to have it with Android. Remember those commercials with Apple and Android when they have these two little guys, one dressed in a suit, one dressed with a white shirt, whatever. Hi,
I'm an Apple. I'm a PC.
Yeah. And so these commercials are just fun when companies go at it. Behind the scenes, they're probably collaborating in some sort of way. Like Samsung makes the screens for iPhone, and then in front of the camera, people are just like at each other. There's some entertainment with this, and I think this makes it better. Josh, what's the one you were bringing up?
Oh, blast processing. It was literally a made up marketing term that Sega used to describe why the Sega Genesis was faster than the Super Nintendo, and it didn't exist. It didn't exist. And then Nintendo came back with Mode 7 graphics, and that's why we got games like Mario Kart and Star Fox. So you could take a 2D game and make it seem 3D. F-Zero was in the same boat. But I mean, there's an excellent documentary on Paramount Plus called Console Wars, and you'll get to see the teams that came up with the all of this kind of stuff. Like they pitched Sega, and it was not friendly rivalries back then. Like there were whole hotel room or like giant balloons of Sonic that got popped and were put into the hotel pool.
Wow.
Like they when Mortal Kombat was going on and they were in court, and there were ex-Nintendo employees that ended up going to work for Sega and like basically throwing Nintendo under the bus for the Super Scope and how it was promoting violence. And it was brutal. it was absolutely brutal. But what was so great about it is, Sega was like, play it loud. That was their whole thing. And it worked. I mean, teenagers at the time were like, yo, these are teenage games. You know what I mean? Mortal Kombat had blood, not sweat. And then, Nintendo finally came back. And I think even when Donkey Kong Country came out, they were dressed up. I think it was his name. I think it's Peter Main, I believe.
Yeah.
He came out in like a safari outfit, and I think they shot a hedgehog, like jokingly, like on stage at like CES or E3 or one of those things. And then, they announced the Play It Loud campaign to answer back to Sega. And so then you started seeing Play It Loud at the end of Super Nintendo commercials. So super, super fun time. This, definitely. And the RV thing, that was Mario World running so slow on the back of Yoshi, and then Sonic just flying by because of blast processing. Like it's such a scam, but it's just hilarious to look back on. So I love that they're doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah. That was I think that was shade that this generation is not used to. Not used to right now. Let's see here. I have I got a video here with some commercials from the 80s with Sega versus NES versus Sega. Let me go ahead and share my screen real quick here. Paul, do you remember any other commercials from your childhood from Sega versus Nintendo?
I mean, I remember off the top, the whole motorhome one, that one sticks out. And then, like I said, the squirrel one beating the head sticks out. I remember some magazine print ads like, this is the stack of games that Sega has, and this is the stack of games that Super Nintendo has, and like not accurate stuff, but yeah, I remember that stuff. I know what Josh is talking about regarding the Safari one. I remember this is a little bit later on, but Nintendo would send out promotional videos of games via VHS to their Nintendo Power subscribers, and they're like, there's this classic one that I love. I used to watch it every day, multiple times a day. Something it's like 9 minutes and 12 seconds long for Star Fox 64, and it was like Sega and Sony cronies invading Nintendo's offices in Redmond, Washington, to get the dibs on Star Fox 64, and it was a fun, big old fun sketch. Can you play this on Sega and Saturn? Nope, only on Nintendo 64. Well, what about PlayStation? Can you play this game on that system? Nope, only on Nintendo 64. Well, what did Peter tell you? Star Fox 64 is only one of the cool games coming out. What? You mean there's more? Yup, check this out. And then there was this Zelda 64, GoldenEye 007, Yoshi's Story, like this whole cool thing. Anyway, like, yeah, that era, it was fun. I was like, wow, Nintendo is not saying other guys. They are in their own video saying Sega Saturn and Sony PlayStation and making fun. And then later on, Sony did in the PS3 era have a little bit of that. Remember Jay Butler, who was an actor. His name wasn't Jay Butler, but his character was Jay Butler. And he had he was like the businessman at PlayStation. And they had like some jabs at the competition. And then later on, Sony actually wasn't the happiest when he did a commercial, and that commercial happened to be for another company that was supporting Nintendo. Is like, and then they had no more Jay Butler commercials. But yeah, well, that fun rivalry is pretty fun. With that being said, fun talk, good conversation. I'll leave the stream on, but I likely won't come back. But I hope y'all have a good time and continue talking. I'll probably be listening in support and stuff.
All right, Paul. Have a good one,
buddy. Take it easy.
Good night,
Have a good
Paul.
one.
And Joyce,
care.
you are from. All right, Paul. Joyce, you're from the. You're from our era, of course. Do you remember any commercials that stood out to you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I was born in 2005.
In the year 2005, do you remember any commercial? Any commercials from the from our era that you remember from Nintendo versus Sega?
I feel like because I was just so into my Nintendo. My cousins had the Sega, and I very secretly looked down upon them. No, not really. Robbie Seth, I love you. But it just didn't grab me the way, and I think that's because I had a Nintendo. I had Zelda, so nothing. The only thing that could distract me from Zelda was a good book. Okay, that was like the only thing. There was no in between. But I feel like I remember a commercial where it was a Sega commercial, and they were literally throwing the SNES in like this dusty old like box or something, like and then the Sega comes out and lands on top of it, like squashing it. I feel like I remember that. But I now that this is happening now, I kind of want Nintendo to respond.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember a few years ago when McDonald's and Dairy Queen, they went viral for having a sign war?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So McDonald's put on their sign, "Hey Dairy Queen, want to have a sign war?" And then Dairy Queen changes their sign, and they're like, "Well, we would, but we're making ice cream over here." And they went back and forth with their signs. It's really cute. I'm like, I kind of want that. I kind of want Nintendo to be like, "Hey Sega, where's your console?" Oh, that's right. That might be a little too on the nose.
Yeah, too much. That would be too much. I don't know. I think it'll be cool if Nintendo responds with a DLC adding something to to Mario Kart World, because that's where they hit, right? Mario Kart versus Sonic racing. So me, Mario Kart has always been
a little shady.
Yeah. I agree. Let's see here. We have
I think it would be pretty funny if they responded with a like, would you guys like to put any more of your failed consoles on our NSO app?
Oh my god, that'd be too deep. I think
Nintendo does, because Sega can't. No, don't do that. Don't do that, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I think the type of shade that Sega through at Nintendo was good. It's good because between two racing games, right? Don't go console, don't go harsh, so don't hit deep. Just keep it light and fun, and you know. Speaking of Mario Kart and Sonic Racing, pick a racer. Yoshi, pick what if you had to pick one racer from both games? Who's your racer?
Real quick, I just I want Nintendo to say something along the lines of no bullying us, or we'll put Sonic in our Mario Kart World game.
I mean, that's good for Sonic.
Smash. I think about Smash and how literally everybody is in that. Every character ever is in that game.
Oh yeah.
That's what I
We'll
think
keep
about.
Sonic out of Smash.
Well, only because Link is not in Mario Kart World. Rectify that, Nintendo.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Seriously. I like Toadette. I think she's so
Toadette.
adorable.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yes.
What do you think, Josh? Out of both
between-
games, pick a racer.
Okay. Out of both games?
Both games.
So
yeah.
pick one from each game.
No, pick one total. Like, who's your racer? If you want to pick a racer, if we had Mario Kart World and Sonic Worlds combined, who would be your racer?
Mario.
Mario?
Of course. I'm always Mario. Like, there's never
Post Mario the most.
I
I'll go with.
I never stopped playing Mario.
Yeah. I'll go with. I'll go
Mario
with Sonic.
a lot on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Sonic either. You know, although I have every. I'll go with Sonic. I don't think Kirby's happy. I didn't choose Kirby. Probably I'll choose you next time. Okay, next time. But yeah, I'll go with Sonic on this one. And last question: if Sega and Nintendo dropped a crossover race, a crossover kart racer, that'd be cool, right? Mario Kart versus Sonic Racing. What's one dream feature you'd want to see? If they dropped a versus game, they went Olympics versus, so Mario versus Sonic Olympics. If they drop racing versus Mario Kart versus Sonic Racing, one feature in that game that will make it for you.
I wanted the feature that's in that's currently in Sonic, like what is it, Crossworlds or Crossroads or whatever it's called. Like
The one
I
with
wanted
the rings
that. Yeah, I wanted the pipes in Mario Kart, in the new Mario Kart, to where you could throw a pipe out and go to a different world. Like that's I was literally I was really hoping that's what. So if they added that to where you could bounce between the Mushroom Kingdom and what? Oh, it just escaped me. What's the first level in Sonic 1? Like something hills. It
green hills.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah. Like just to be able to bounce between the worlds like that, I think would be, and the Sonic characters could use their rings, and the Nintendo characters could use their warp pipes or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I would love that.
I can see that. I can see that Nintendo releasing that feature, and then Nintendo hitting Sonic back and throwing shade back. Hey, look, our pipes are better than your rings. Where they work better than your rings. So what do you think, Josie? They merged the games. There's one feature that stands out. Which one is it?
I don't now, mind y'all, I didn't really get into Mario Kart 8, so this is just based on Mario Kart World.
Okay.
I want the Sonic loop-de-loops. He would run so fast he could literally defy gravity. So I would like that a lot. And even if we had to get put different speeds, I understand why they all use a kind of the same speed, but I'd like to have different speeds.
We do have the loops. We do have the loops in Mario Kart.
Mario Kart World?
Yeah.
We don't have a loop.
The car just the car just changes and then the tires change it to a way where it's always facing. You're never upside down, but you're always kind of you're going up and you go like that, and then but the camera's always behind you, so it doesn't feel that way.
Well, okay, I want loop-de-loop so you can feel.
Okay, you want loops that you can actually see and feel.
I want to see myself. They did it in Bayonetta. I want to see going up. And yeah, I want to see that. Make it a challenge.
Yeah. Dream. See the Mario loops are not like Sonic loops. The loop de loop from Sonic is a really loop like a loop.
Yeah, I want to loop.
I'm looping like a. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. We talked Mario, Sega. To me, I'm gonna give it to Nintendo. Nintendo wins. It hasn't started yet, and I'm already giving it to Nintendo. I'm sure Joycey will give it to Nintendo, and Josh will give it to Nintendo also. So yeah, I'm sorry, Sega. We'll have Paul give it to Sega, and so because Paul's not here to give, so
Paul loves Sega though, so it might be fair.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, Paul loves Sega more than Nintendo, so that's the thing there.
Them fighting words.
Fighting words. All right, my friends. So there's a war that's starting. Hopefully, it gets better, more entertaining between Sega and Nintendo. I really now hope that Nintendo does add those pipes, and they do go after Sega with them. Like, hey, my pipes are better. I can go more places than you, or whatever, something like that. Or add maybe a speed to Nintendo, or I mean, nothing too bad, but enough shade to keep it fun and lighthearted, like
Fun
Sega is
shade.
doing. Yeah,
Not mean shade.
Yeah, fun shade, like the shade you use when you go to the beach and you lay under the sand, and it's like all nice and dandy. You hear the waves coming in and out.
Just a little light shade.
Yeah,
A sign wall. Like again, look that up with McDonald's and Dairy Queen if you guys didn't see it. It was a few years ago. It was very fun. It was not mean shade at all.
It was fun. It was fun. I think I've seen other stores do that too, but I think that the original ones were McDonald's and Dairy Queen, right?
Queen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Jay Biggs also said in the chat a little while ago that he loves McDonald's as much as he loves Nintendo.
I also saw that comment.
Yeah, that's love. That's love. That's love. I mean, I haven't had McDonald's in a long time because my wife won't let me. But
because your wife loves you,
won't let me,
And she,
somebody loves McDonald's and Mario Kart. Look, I gotcha.
Wait, hold on.
The gold Mario from the Happy Meal.
That is cute.
Wait, when was this? Is this old? Is it collectible?
No. It was last fall, probably a year ago.
Oh, okay. I think.
Okay, that's a perfectly good reason to buy McDonald's, just not eat it.
Oh, you can just go in and buy the toys. You don't have to buy the food.
Oh,
really?
Nice.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Not in my area. Not in my neck of the woods. Did they make you buy the half a million, whatever?
Well, I mean, if it's the Pokemon cards, they might. But with those, yeah, because I had to get the whole set. So
I have the whole set too for that one. If it was the last one that they released from Mario Kart, I have the whole set on my shelf. That's why I was asking. Is there a new one?
Oh no! It's the 8 Deluxe one. That's the box.
Don't judge, Joycey. Stop judging with your face, Joycey. Stop judging me.
I'm not judging.
She's like,
I'm not. I'm only judging you if you eat at McDonald's, not if you want to buy the memorabilia.
Well, I ate the nuggets, Joycey. I ate the nuggets. Okay, I had the nuggets.
Is that the one, Mike?
I'm telling you why.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I like that. That's a cute.
But I didn't get the card. I get the box though. I got the little plasticky thing inside the box. The Happy Meal box. I didn't get a box.
Oh well, you may have the set before. This was last year. They do it every year. They do Mario Kart. Like they've done it. I don't know about every year, maybe every 2 years.
Interesting.
Mike's not happy.
Interesting.
And there is a Toadette. So Joycey, just there is a Toadette.
I'm very excited to know that.
I need to set an alert for McDonald's so I know when they're giving
a Toadette? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike. Is there a Toadette amiibo?
I have it. Yes, I run there somewhere.
Amiibo?
Okay. I think so.
I don't think so.
Amazon.com. We are about to.
There is a Toadette amiibo. Oh, actually, there is a print 3D. I can make you one, Joycey. I'll make you one.
No, I want an actual Toadette one. I don't want
We'll
the
get
card.
you,
I just want Toadette.
no, like a statue. There's one, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
yeah, it's a 3D print. I have a 3D printer, so I can just print it.
Toad has an amiibo, but I don't think Toadette does.
And this Toadette, this Toadette is super adorable. Let me show you. Look at it, just window shopping, window shopping in the middle of a podcast, guys. It's fun. It's fun.
We have to shop sometimes.
Fun.
I'm not gonna buy anything, y'all. And to be more responsible, I actually took my credit card off of Amazon.
Yeah, it happens.
Because it doesn't seem like so much, and then it all adds up, and you get like thousands of packages that come to your door, and it's like, oh my god, I have a problem. I have to stop.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get it and I'll print it and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a real it's not a real amiibo, but it's pretend amiibo. It's a pretend amiibo. All right, friends. I think that's thank you so much for spending time with us. Before we let you go, I gotta introduce a cast here because they have things going on too, and I want you guys to support them 100%. We got N64 Josh. Tell the people what you got going on.
Yeah, guys, N64 Josh everywhere. As always, doing that push on YouTube. So if you want to check out, since Nintendo dropped that Nintendo 365, I've been taking the games that they announce in the app and then just coming up with some fun facts for each of those. So that's been daily on all the places, and also the Nintendo Powercast is it's coming up on its 9th season. We just did episode 520, so that's available everywhere.
That is a milestone. That is a milestone. Congratulations on that milestone. That's crazy.
Yeah, long time.
All right, go ahead, check out N64 Josh everywhere you find N64 Josh. Even if you Google N64 Josh, you'll find N64 Josh. True. All right, over to the Queen. Link's favorite auntie is not Zelda's favorite auntie. It's not Link's favorite auntie. DJ Joycey J. What's up, Joycey? Tell the people where they can find you, Joycey.
Y'all can find me on Twitter because I won't call it anything else. I refuse. I am at DJ Joycey. I don't post much, but if you at me with a Zelda fun fact, a photo, or a question, I will hit you back.
All right. Thank you, Joycey. Appreciate you. Of course, you can find Paul Gale Network everywhere. You can find Paul Gale Network. Paul Gale Network is everywhere because you can find him everywhere. If you go to Disney, you probably find him there too. If you little YouTube,
if you say, I was gonna just say real quick, if you say Paul Gale Network's name in the mirror 3 times, he will appear with sales facts.
This
is
scary,
true.
though.
Go home and try it.
That is scary stuff.
Paul's not scary.
No, I'm thinking about the other one, the man candy.
Oh, not Candy Man.
What? Candy Man.
Is this
if it's man candy,
it sounds weird.
You got the wrong VHS, bro.
Candy. I can't see it.
Go behind a curtain to get that one.
No, I did it. I wasn't allowed back there. I wasn't allowed back there. Anyway, so Mike Odyssey, you can find me here at the channel every single day. I want to announce I am having subathon, my very first one. What? I want to. Okay, guys, don't jump on that. I don't want. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I was see, now I can't even finish my sentence.
You're having your subathon?
October 10th. I'm having my birthday subathon. So people say, hey, you can have a subathon for your birthday. So I'm having October 10th. October 12th is my birthday, but I'm having the 10th, which is a Saturday. Which is it a Saturday? Wait, let me go back to the. Let me go back to the calendar. 10th? I don't remember. Where's the 12? Okay, the 11th. What is the 11th? The 11th. Yeah, the 11th, Saturday. The 11th. Friday is the Topics podcast. That's the 10th. The October 11th will be the subathon. I don't know what a subathon is. People tell me they do a subathon. I don't know what it is. I'll find out when when I have it. But we'll have a Mario Kart tournament. We'll have Splatoon. We'll have Fall Guys. You guys are invited. Josh is invited. Joyce is invited. We can make it like a little
Yay.
party here. I'll have a cupcakes like shipped to your house.
Really?
And so I can do that.
People buy time,
Ooh.
so every sub adds minutes. So the more subs you get, but it would be like members on YouTube.
Mhm.
Subs, the subathon came from Twitch because a sub is a
Ah.
paid membership on Twitch.
So remember
So every time you get a
Marathon?
new member, it would add, 3 minutes or whatever, and you just keep every time somebody. And then you can also do it with like super chats, and they can add time as well.
So what? So it adds it to the stream, and the stream keeps on going and going and going and going.
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, we will find out how long that stream goes. All right. So that's gonna be on the 11th, one day before my birthday. Here on the channel. We'll have fun with that. What else we have going on? Yeah, we have that's I think that's the whole thing and the thing. And, oh, by the way, I'm streaming on weekdays. Still trying to figure out whether 3 o'clock already. I found out that for some people in the eastern side is too early. 5 o'clock seems to be the sweet side. I'll just go ahead and release a poll to see when you guys want me to stream. But I am streaming daily. We do daily news on the channel, and I got a couple of videos that I'm working on, including one that is releasing very soon. And I have to lower the music for this one. Releasing very soon. This one means a lot to me. I spoke to Josh before the podcast on this one. I have a device with me that has allowed me for the first time in I can say in Nintendo Switch era to view a video game in its full resolution and crisp. As you guys know, I'm legally blind. So I have never played a game in my adulthood where I see the game fully. That's why I don't talk about 4K. I don't care less. Or talk about frames per second. I don't see them. They're not there. But somebody sent me a device that for the first time allowed me to see a video game in its full resolution with my eyes. And so it changed my life, my gaming life, because even my entertainment life, because now I can watch movies in full resolution instead of seeing a blur or looking at a blur, right? Or getting close enough to where it's too close and I can't even enjoy the movie because I'm too close, right? I can see if I'm right here, right there. See, but that's too close for me because I can't enjoy the full screen. They sent me a device that I'm going to be making a video on very soon. That it'll help me play games. And I've had this device for the last 3 months. I played Hollow Knight Silksong on it completely. I played Hollow Knight Silksong, and so I tried to use it during a live stream. It didn't work on the live stream. You guys probably saw a little bit of it, but yeah, the video is coming out. Just a little bit of warning. It's a little emotional because for me, it's a big thing. It's just a step forward in technology that is going to help me moving forward once my sight gets worse, because it's going to get worse eventually, or it's getting worse. But at least I know that the technology is advancing enough that I don't have to sacrifice, like not being a part of your worlds when it comes to video games. So yeah, it's right here. It's a little device. It looks like regular glasses, but this thing changed my gaming life. And you'll see a video come out. It's already uploaded, and you'll see it soon. So stay tuned for that video. This one is a very important for me. And if you guys can, once you see it, try to get to it at the first 10 minutes of the video, because that means that the video does well when people watch it during the first parts of the video. If the video takes too long to get the views, then the algorithm says, people can care less about that video, and just kind of shoves it to the side. let's show it. So I would ask you for your support. Once you see that video up, run to it and then let me know your thoughts. All right. Thank you, everyone, for everything. You guys are awesome. Amazing. Again, shout out to Dream a Little Mo for that 5 gifted earlier today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next one. But before we let you go, listen, before we let you go, number 1, don't give up. Don't do it. Okay? Don't give up. All right? You're here today because you're stronger than you think. And no matter what you're going through, guess what? You're still stronger than what you went through or what you're going through. Keep going. You can do it. And number 2, the journey continues. We'll see you guys next time, either on N64 Josh, Joycey J, or at the Paul Gill Network, or here at the Odyssey. Never give up. Journey on.
Good night,
Bye, guys.
guys.
See ya.